Hello. Back with another extended play. Here we're taking a look at Metroid for the NES. So a lot of times when people talk about the Metroid series, they'll talk about like Super Metroid, which is an excellent game. They don't talk about this one as much, and I think there's probably some good reason for that. This game's kind of rough around the edges, but still a really fun game once you kind of... I guess the caveat is once you kind of know how to get like the first couple of items, once you learn how to like... excuse me, do the first couple of things, this game's actually pretty fun. I'm sorry if you hear me coughing or wheezing or otherwise making a bunch of noise, because I am getting over a cold, so I might be a little phlegmy today. I apologize. One of the things I've always appreciated about this game, and one of the aesthetics I think I associate with the NES, is how the background is just all black. Now that's done more for... Oops, something just fell down over there. That was done more probably for technical reasons, you know. But it does give that feeling of like space, like you're in space. I always thought it was really kind of always really appealed to me. Now it should obviously be noted that if you are interested in looking up this game, they did make Metroid Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance, which is basically like a Super Metroid retelling of this game. So it's this game, but it's you know, there aren't like just these long, I want to say hallways, but they're not really hallways. I don't know what you'd call them. These long whatevers, holes that you climb up, I guess, or something. I don't know. Anyway. You know, excuse me, it varies them up. It makes them tries to make them a little more, this way. Make them a little more unique from one another, so you're not constantly walking up the same area. Which is another big, sorry I'm umming so much. Sorry I'm saying sorry so much. Another big criticism of this game is that everything kind of looks the same. There's a lot of copy-pasting going on, like especially you can see in this area how it all just kind of looks, you know, it looks like it's the same 4 platforms, just copy-pasted over and over and over again. So in Zero Mission, they mix that up. It's just a more forgiving and more fun way to play this game, especially if you've never played it before. It does also have, I think, the original... This version on there, like if you beat the game, you get this as well. One of the biggest criticisms of this game as well is, you know, along with the fact that everything looks the same, is the fact that there's no like mini map or anything to kind of tell you, you know, where you're going, where you've been. Like, I think the game comes with a map, like a physical map, but you don't get one in-game, so it's hard to tell, like, oh, I've already been here, or whatever. So you kind of have to remember, or, you know, this is NES back in the era where you make your own maps, which I've actually done. I did that for, excuse me, when I played The Legend of Zelda. I'm just making all sorts of pleasant noises. I apologize. This, I believe, is a pretty, an earlier than you would think release for the NES. You know, I would think this would be like later in its lifespan, but this came out, I don't know the exact date or year. I probably should have looked that up. But I mean, if you look at the cover art and stuff, it almost looks like those original black box or whatever covers from, like, you know, the original Super Mario and stuff. I don't think this was like a launch game by any means, but believe this was originally released in Japan on the Famicom Disk System. So that might have given it some added capabilities and might have accounted for some of the stuff that we complain about here in the West. Love the music in these rooms. Now they did also make, someone did a ROM hack of this game. I want to say it's called Metroid Mother. I want to say that's the name of it. I don't know. But it does, like, it adds in a little bit of a mini map and some things like that. So it does make the game easier as well. That's another way to play it. If you don't feel like playing on the Game Boy Advance, you can play Mother on an emulator. So this is, I think it's the high jump. Oh no, it's the long. My bullets now go all the way across the screen instead of just going like, which is kind of weird. When you first start this game, your bullets only go like a full few feet in front of you and then they just disappear. But yeah, that makes them go way longer. So that's a big help. Okay, I can't quite get that. All right. I'm just gonna give you a blanket apology for any more dad noises I make, and we're gonna call it a day. This is really one of those games where that thing's gonna hit me. A lot of the concepts and stuff sounded better on paper than they did in practice. This is part of why I like the NES, even though it's the Super Nintendo probably overall is a much more refined experience. That there are there's still kind of I don't want to call it the Wild West, but to some extent it was just kind of people still figuring out how to make games, like console games, instead of arcade games. And so you get a lot of stuff like this, where on paper, this concept sounds really fun. Like you're in this, this hostile area fighting aliens, so you're not really supposed to know where you're gonna go, and it can be very unforgiving in terms of trying to get health and ammo and all that sort of stuff, and you gotta kind of figure things out. But while that sounds cool, in practice it makes the game very frustrating and kind of hard to get into if you're just starting out to play it. So a ton of slowdown. It amazes me that the slowdown that's something we used to put up with. I had an N64, and almost every one of those games now has just terrible frame rates. It's actually amazing to think about, you play Turok 2 and it has a high res mode, but you almost don't want to turn it on. You almost don't want the high res mode on any game because the frame rate is just awful. But yeah. So the best way to get health in this game is to find these little things and just kind of farm for it. We'll just sit here for a while. This game, you don't actually start with full health. You start with 30%. And then you have to get your way up to, I think it's 99. Of course, you can find energy tanks as you go along to increase your health. This dude, over him. when I first played this game, I hated it. And it's because, you know, I play it now, it's like, I know, okay, I go down here, I can get my missiles, and then I can go back up and get a power-up, and pretty soon I can get the, like the ice beam, which makes this game way easier, because you can freeze all the enemies, as the name might suggest. But, you know, if you don't know that, this game can be very frustrating. You know, I compare it to kind of, well, compare it a little bit to, like, Castlevania 2, where, you know, you had NPCs that could lie to you instead of telling you the truth all the time. And some of it, you know, was a lot of translation issues, but, you know, the fact that that was a part of that game was one of those things that probably sounded way better on paper than it was in practice. So, you know, a lot of, it seems to me in this era, a lot of trying to refine. Oh, wait. Do I want to go down here? This is like the purple area, right? I might have been right the first time. I might have been right to go in that blue room. Basically, I want to get the bomb. I don't remember where that is. I think it's in the blue room item. Blue area. Excellent music, as is the case with a lot of games in the NES library. Not all of them, obviously. Oof. See how there's all these just repeating patterns? Again, a lot of this probably has to do with just technical limitations, and you know, it might have been easier to just copy the same shapes and stuff over and over again rather than create all these different assortment of platforms and things. Oh no, okay. There's actually, one of these, I don't remember which one it is, but one of these, when I get the bomb, I can bomb along here, and there's this room, and there's another one, so it's going to be at the end of this area, but one of them is actually a trap. One of them it leads to nothing, and it's just impossible to get out of. Well, it's not possible, it's really like another concept that probably sounded good on paper, but not so great in practice. So as you can already tell here too, like this room looks exactly the same as the previous room, at least it starts out that way. So if you're, you know, in an area to try to figure out where you're gonna go, you know, you're like, oh, you pop into a room, you're like, oh, it's not this room, it's the next room. Then you go to the next room, it looks exactly the same. Like, wait, it's one of these two. I don't know which one it is. It leads to a lot of frustration. But I do have a lot of love for this game. Energy tank here. Even though if I've never actually beat this version. Like I said, I beat Zero Mission. I've never beat this version. original NES Metroid. Maybe I should go through and try and beat it. I think I just like, I pop it on, I play it once in a while. It's kind of cool to mess around with for a little while, but I know beating it would be an exercise in frustration. Actually, if you want to, there's a really good series on YouTube called Geek Critique, and he does, a lot of times he'll do reviews of like full series. Like I think he did Sonic, pretty sure he did Sonic. I think he did the Donkey Kong, he did some Donkey Kong games, but he does a really good Metroid one. I think this is really good. Maybe this is where he gets bummed. I find his review of this game is pretty spot on. Like I said, this game is one of the reasons I find the NES so fascinating. Now this is actually odd. I already did this before. But in order to get through these red doors, this is one of the things I got stuck on when I first was playing it. You actually have to shoot 5 missiles at it, which is so strange to me. Oh, I wish I'd done it with that guy on it, because he wigs out if you do it. But we'll watch the door change color here as I switch to my missiles. But you'd think, oh, I just shoot 1. Oh, it doesn't open. Okay, I don't want to use my whole thing, but no, you use all 5. And that door opens. But I am really amazed at, you know, this kind of odd time in game development, game design, when, you know, games could be really punishing and really, oh, there he is, wigging out. You know, you'd pick up a game, and of course, you know, if you're a kid, you buy a game, and, you know, it's probably the only game you're going to get for a while, so you spend a lot of time with it. It's like you get these kids just trying to figure out, like, how do I do anything in these games? It's kind of amazing to think about that level of just patience and determination. Of course, it's probably out of necessity, but anyway. One thing I'm finding hard about this series is that in doing commentary while I'm playing, I'm finding that it's happening right now. I'm losing my train of thought a lot, and I'm also, you know, focused on playing the game. Let's see if we can do it again, actually. Let's do it. Stuck on that one. Bam. And he's all wigging out. Like, did I finish my sentence before? I lose my train of thought a lot. So I'm sorry if that makes this frustrating to listen to. This is the apology episode. This is the I'm sorry for my nasaliness. I'm sorry for losing my train of thought, and I'm sorry for, I guess, the quality of this program. Alright, we're gonna take a risk here. I think I actually have to open. There it is. So it's actually kind of weird. You see how it looks like it's just quicksand down there? But nope, there's a whole thing down. Yep, this is the right one. So this one is not the trap. Which is also the name of the bar. But they still live here. This game does also feature enemies that can attack you as you are in these doors. So it is entirely possible to go through the door, come into a new room, and be attacked as you're loading into the new room. So that's fun. Jerks. I don't have any missiles. It's now I gotta farm for some missiles here. 2. Cool. I don't know what those jerks are. There's some health. There's 2 more. Who's that flying guy? He usually gives me some. Come on. Ugh. There we go. Now we got 5 missiles. Let's do that. 3, 4, 5. Is this the ice beam? Heck yeah, it is. With my freeze ray, I will stop the pain. It's not a death ray or an ice beam, that's all Johnny Snow. Just think you need time to know. That was my Dr. Horrible moment of the day. Oh, you jerk. Call this the room of jerks. So to get out of here, which you actually, unless, I guess maybe you can get the long jump, I have to time it so that that thing comes back as I'm in the air. So there we go. Maybe if I think there's a long jump power up, that might make these guys fly. I think there's a long jump power up that actually makes that easier. I guess a high jump would be a better way to put it. I don't. I think I might be going a little bit out of order here, but that seems like a glitch. No, stay where you are. Dang it. Huh. Is there something up here? Oh, I might need a... Yeah, I think there's a higher jump power up. Alright, so let's go... I don't remember where to go now. I think I have to go... Where did I come out of? What's down here? Is there a way? Oh no. Oh. 12 health, that's not good. He gives me missiles. This game knows what you need and gives you the other thing. Like, oh, you need some health? I'm gonna give you missiles. I'm tempted to show you guys the trap, but at the same time, I know that it's going to require me to get out of it, and I kind of don't want to do that. So, although I could, I suppose, just die. I'm low on health anyway, so it wouldn't really hurt me too much. Yeah, you know what? Let's show. I want to show off how sadistic some of these games can be. And mind you, these are targeted at what? 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. Some sadistic programmer just like having a bad day. He's like, I'm gonna program in this little jerk thing. Yeah, actually, if I die, I'll come back more health. So. And look, it's just a big fall. Actually, so what I have to do is like do all this nonsense. Oh. Actually, you know what's really annoying about this? I actually can't kill myself down here. So I have to get out of here. So this might have been a really bad thing for me to do. I feel like that guy's a glitch. I feel like he shouldn't be here. Doesn't he go? Oh. Alright, folks, we might be watching the end of this playthrough here. Wait. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna have this guy kill me. Come on, come down here and kill me. There we go. One more. Here we go. Come on. I have zero. Oh, I have a whole tank of health. Crap. But I'd rather do this than try to jump out. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Come on. There we are. Here we go. Sam's has had enough. There we go. Come on. There's 20. Here we go, almost there. 12. There we go. Alright. So prepare to write down your password. Alright. Now where do we want to go? Some might not like the password system of old. I actually really love password systems of those like old games. The reason I like them is they're kind of a poor man's Nintendo Switch for me. So I have this game on the 3DS Virtual Console, and so when I was playing it for the first time, I could, play it at home or whatever, go to bed, get the password, and then like the next day, if I'm at work, I can like on my lunch break, hang out and just pick up where I left off, relatively. And I always thought that was super cool. Maybe I don't want to go down here. So you have to fight 2 bosses. I think it's the same as Super Metroid. I have to fight 2 bosses, and then I gotta fight these little Garys. SpongeBob. It's actually a good area to show off how annoying. So fight 2 bosses and then you can fight Mother Brain. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there's more missiles. Whoever thought of the idea to have the... Oh, really? I died there. Okay. Whoever came up with the beeping or whatever when you're low on health in games is a jerk. I really hate that mechanic. Well, this is becoming awfully problematic. I think we're going to go back up and maybe try to explore a different area. Yeah, let's go back up here. Nope. I hit, Shame there's no elevator music. It just changes from zone to zone. You know, like a lot of folks, I'm a Mass Effect fan, although I didn't finish the 3rd game. I need to finish the 3rd game. Just to say I did. I did play a good chunk of it, but I never finished it. Besides the point. One of the things that people talk about how the second one is supposedly the best, and it, for all intents and purposes, well, that's not the right way to say it, but it is. I shouldn't. But sometimes I like to argue that the first one's better. Because I miss those really awkward elevator rides. I actually really liked the first game. It took me a little while to get into it, but I thought, you know, the Mako stuff was kind of fun, the little, whatever vehicle you had to kind of traverse, like the exterior planets. But I also enjoyed, honestly, you want to know, one of the things was, you could crouch. In the second game, it was all cover-based, but if you weren't behind cover, you couldn't just crouch and shoot. So, in the first game, my main thing was like to use, maybe not a shotgun, but like a rifle or something. You would crouch so that you were more accurate, and you couldn't do that in the second game. So that was my big problem with Mass Effect 2. I couldn't crouch. You get behind cover, couldn't crouch. But it is one of the best, like, action RPGs. It's a cover shooter RPG. So it had all the fun of an RPG, but it had cover shooting mechanics. That's my thing with RPGs, as I'm getting way off track. But, you know, Metroid is close to an RPG. In the same way that Zelda is not an RPG, but people call it an RPG. Anyway, I like the base idea of an RPG, but there's just turn-based combat, man. I can't do it. I've never liked turn-based combat. I tried to play through Final Fantasy VI. Well, the other thing too is that RPGs are super long, but like, I tried to play through Final Fantasy VI recently, US Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo, and I just couldn't get through it. I couldn't get very far into it, really. There was just so much combat. It's amazing to me that I got through like 2 Pokemon games back in the day. I got through Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow. I really don't like it. I feel like I might like a tactical RPG, but I don't know. Those just seem, something about that seems so elitist. Like, I like tactical RPGs. Just making it sound super complex. Oh. Oh. Most of Metroid right here, just blowing up, dropping bombs as the event blows up. One of those games you can actually get. No. You can get up in upper area. Oh, maybe it's come back. Another missile tank. Has to be something. Oh, there's something. Alright. And we got an energy tank. Playing like NES games must have given people like a David versus Goliath complex, because I feel like so many of these games like this and like Punch Out, like you're always this like weak little thing and you're fighting like these giant dudes. Oh, we're back here. Okay, so that's what's up there. Like in this game, you start out with like nothing, and then you gradually build up new powers. Which I did get an argument. I shouldn't say an argument. A debate with someone one time over Zelda as an RPG, and they were like, "Well, I mean, you do power up your character. It's just you don't do it via, you're not leveling up. You're just getting new items and abilities." And honestly, I don't know if that qualifies. That's a debate you can have in the comments if you want. It's probably been had a million times. But one of the things that I like, I like that style of progression, because it feels like, okay, I'm actually getting something new. I'm actually feeling myself get stronger, rather than just like, oh, my hit points go up a little bit, and my ability to, I do more, damage when I attack. I like that. They're like, oh, now I can. It's very addictive. I mentioned this on my now defunct Castlevania Symphony of the Night playthrough, where it's strange how it's addictive. Like, I guess it's kind of like this maybe in Resident Evil as well. How you'll go to an area and you will see the area before, like you'll see like, oh, I can go through this door or something when I get this key or get this ability or whatever. So when you get a new ability, you'll immediately your mind goes like, oh, I know I can get here, there, you know, I can do this, I can do that, I can go, you know, get this thing, or I can see what's in there. Like your mind just starts really going crazy. Whereas if you just like got a new ability, if you didn't see those areas beforehand, it wouldn't have the same effect. I am also playing through Resident Evil 2 in my spare time, and have a lot of fun with that. Side note, I found out that I'm playing the original like PlayStation one, not playing the new one. I do want to get the new one, and one of the reasons I want to get the new one is that the new one, they took out the giant spiders, so there's no giant spiders in the new Resident Evil 2. That was a weird way to say that. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2. But there's no giant spiders in it, so that's pretty cool. Go this way? No, I do. Okay, yeah. See, this is the whole problem with this game. So I'm trying to figure out like, have I been here already? Everything looks the same. But I would say if you do want to play this game, once you get a couple of power-ups, like what I have, like once I figured out how to get the first missile tank and how to get the rifle thing, once you figure out how to get, basically once you get a missile tank and bombs, this game becomes pretty fun. Obviously having the ice ray is pretty clutch as well, but once you figure out how to get a couple of the early items, this game it is still pretty fun. You're actually powered up enough to like explore without dying immediately. We're gonna go down the purple area real quick. That's weird. Let's keep Obviously, if you know, there are tons of walkthroughs, and you can even find maps in this game that have like where all the blocks you can destroy and all the stuff that you can get. Like there are plenty of resources out there now as opposed to back in the mid-80s. If you do want to play this game, there's certainly ways to kind of give yourself the upper hand. It's actually funny that, like, growing up, I never wanted to use walkthroughs or cheats or anything like that because I considered it cheating. I wanted to actually have the legit experience, right? But you go back and play, like, some of these games, and it's like, this game, you are at such a disadvantage that, like, cheating is almost the only way to beat a lot of these older games. Like, I was trying to play through Ninja Gaiden, which I got to the final, one of the final bosses. And I was able to do that, but like a lot of these games put you at such a disadvantage that cheating is actually, you know, I consider it, like, not that my opinion matters too much on the subject, but I consider it like, yeah, totally, you can cheat, who cares? Like, these games are impossible, so might as well. We have, you know, a room that looks exactly the same as the previous one. Oh, that was a jerk. If I ever release my own guide for games, I feel like all the enemies that I don't know the names of just be like jerk, jerk 1, jerk 2, flying jerk, jerk on the ground. I'm also thinking back to times when I've gone through like this area or just other areas of the game. Oh, that guy. When I've gone through areas without having like good weapons and like just really struggled, and how much of a struggle this game can be if you don't have the right stuff in the right areas. Oh my Lanta. Oof. Come on. Get up there. Sand. Alright. That was frustrating. Bubbles. It's the only problem with the freezeware is you can freeze things in inconvenient spots. I don't know if I can actually do this part right now. I gotta freeze this dude. More missile tanks. Oh, it's 2 items in here. More missile tanks. And this leads me somewhere? Why can I destroy that? I can't. That's weird. I really can't go through there? Are we for real right now? Well, I think that's going to be it for our look at Metroid. I think we're running a little bit longer here than I would like to. But thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully there's no issues. I'm sorry for my nasaliness and my rambliness and just everything that I do wrong. I apologize. Anyway, I will see you next time on Let Us Play.